Enter your passcode. Program terminated.
Hello everyone and welcome to Earth 2150 Escape from the Blue Planet, and welcome to the Eurasian Dynasty campaign. During the last war, Earth's orbit around the Sun became unstable. Our planet is racing towards the Sun. We are facing a global catastrophe. We have started a project called Exodus. The aim of this project is to construct an evacuation fleet which will save all inhabitants of our state. In Phase 1, we must construct a space dock in orbit. The evacuation will take place here. Phase 2 will see the development and construction of the evacuation fleet itself. To complete the project in time, we need immense quantities of raw materials. Your absolute top priority for the coming month is to guarantee the delivery of these vital materials. But first, we must ensure that everything runs smoothly in our main base. Then you can commence with the first mission. I wish you success, my son. Vladimir II. Yes, indeed, we have to run this base here smoothly. So let's get some mining going here. Earth 2150 single-player campaign. The first mission in the campaign is now available. You can select it by clicking the spinning globe on the right edge of the screen. Whenever you finish a mission, you will see a globe on the right edge of the screen in the mission area. Click it to end the current mission and return to the main base. In the main base, click the spinning globe again to select a new mission. Strategy. In a campaign, each side has a main base area. You can move units and resources between the mission area and main base via the transport, as long as there is a transport base or landing zone in the mission area. Keep in mind that units and resources in the main base area are carried over from mission to mission. Therefore, it's a good idea to transport all units, especially unique units, and resources to the main base before you enter the mission. In mission areas, each side can build a structure, transport base for the ED, or transport base for the UCS, and or transport refinery for the LC, that automatically sends resources to the spaceport in the main base area. The spaceport will send resources to the R&D efforts required by the evacuation fleet. Once the spaceport sends the resources to the R&D teams, those resources are gone and cannot be used again. All very true, and here we have the main goals for the campaign. So these are not mission specific, these are our overall goals, and we need 1 million credits to avoid all of us going extinct when Earth crashes into the Sun. So this is our main base here. We've got a mine here, refinery, power plants, a research center, and all kinds of exciting things. Also, the spaceport here, which is going to take the resources that are going to be funneled into the Exodus project and will actually make them unavailable for us but available to the project. And the campaign actually just ends once you finish the project, so you don't need to play every single mission of this campaign, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to build 2 extra research centers here, because those will come in handy at one point. Also, these here are some Palmier tanks, pretty basic. They'll go in this transport here, which I then can use to transport to the first mission. As explained earlier, you guys here can collect stuff. In the meantime, construct a base in the battle zone. Extract existing deposits of raw materials. Make raw materials available for the main base. The massive amount of raw materials which we need makes it necessary for us to develop new mining sectors. One of these sectors located in the western foothills of the Ural Mountains. Let's go.
The next 24 hours will bring heavy cloud cover. Temperatures will reach -50 degrees during the day and fall to -90 at night. A light breeze will come from the south. Low pressure from the east will result in snowstorms. You are forbidden to leave your bunkers during the storm.
And here we go. We've got a gross here, that's our construction unit, as well as 2 palmiers. Our raw material needs for Project Exodus are enormous. This means it is imperative that we develop new mining sectors. One of these sectors is located in the western foothills of the Ural Mountains. Locate resources. There's a mineral field to the west. Construct a mine and a transport base. The transport base will automatically send resources to the spaceport in our main base. Send 20,000 credits to the spaceport. Construct a landing area and load the transport helicopter in the main ED base with units. You can switch the view between main base and battle zone using the Q key or the arrow symbol on the game screen. Loading the transport helicopter with 2 newly constructed ore transporters. As soon as the helicopter is fully loaded, select, click on it and give the command to mission. The ore transporters will carry resources from the mine to the transport base. From there, they'll be sent automatically to the spaceport. That is all very cool, so let's go back to the main base here. We have the construction site here, so let's actually get 2 of said transports. We can also do a little bit of research here. This project is going to cost 500 credits, which is more than I have right now. So that's not super necessary at this specific point in time, so I'm just going to ignore that for now, and I'm going to research it later during the mission. Here we go. And here are the promised resources, which is very nice indeed. Get a power plant here first. Let's build that right here. And Palmiers here, you can guard my constructor here. There we go. Let's get a mine right on the resource field here. Maybe here that should be good enough, I think. And then also a transport base. Maybe yeah, here that should be good. So the power plant here is going to provide power in a certain radius here. That's how the ED supplies buildings with power. And it also has a limited amount of power it can generate. So you need both coverage like here, but you also need a sufficient amount of power. So here we go. So here we have 2 of these transports. So let's transport them in here. And while that is happening, let's get a landing zone going. Let's build that right here. And then we can call in the transport, the Ukraine transport. And we're going to have ourselves a beautiful mining operation going here. Now, I don't want to send too much in the way of resources to the main project here, because if I do that, then I might actually end the campaign prematurely. And we don't want to do that, because I want to show you all the missions. So landing zone is almost here. And here we go. And then there we go. Call the transport. Okay. In the meantime, this actually pauses the the mission here, but never mind. So let's add some military vehicles here. We're going to get a Palmier going here and give it a 105mm cannon. That sounds good to me. We're also going to get a Tiger. The Tiger's going to get the chain gun because chain gun can be used for anti-air duty. We also have some other units here like the Boyer. That's a supply helicopter. Get to that as well. How expensive are you actually? It's going to cost 400 credits. I'm going to get 2 of you here. How expensive are you? You cost 600, both 600 credits. There's also a limit here. That's basically my pop cap. So pop cap is not determined by the pop value, or more specifically, the pop value is basically just the value of the unit here. Very nice, very nice. You can also be transported to the mission, but right now all these Palmiers here have maximum ammunition, so we should be fine just for now. However, I should probably get a supply depot. How about that? Can I get one already? I cannot in fact get one, so let's not get one then. You can also send money to your main base via with the transporter, so we'll get to that too. I'm not going to do any mining just now. There is a reason for that, and we're going to get to that. So you all come down here. These are like very basic tanks, but they can be upgraded in various ways. So for the time being, you can actually see some of them have snow on top of them. Let's check out these ruins here and see what exciting things await us here. So you actually just need to explore a very limited amount of the map here to finish the mission, but there's a reason why I'm going to explore a little bit further. We'll get to that. So here's a ruined base. Well, doesn't have to be a base, could just be some buildings, I guess. Whatever it is. So you here actually. So I could do this research project here. Let's just do it, because I want some upgraded tanks here. I should probably get that going. So this will now cost me 3.5 minutes because I got 2 more research centers to maximize my research speed here. I can also build them on the mission map, but since I have money in the main base, for the time being there's no reason to do that. There might be missions where I want to do the research directly on the map, but now is not the time for that. Here we go. The unidentified vehicles discovered in this region have no right to be here. They pose a threat to our outpost. Open fire and neutralize these unknown intruders. The SA chairman has given you permission to construct a refinery. This will supply credits for use in this mission area and enable you to build units and expand the outpost. There we go. So the reason this is happening is because the Lunar Corporation is here. So Lunar Corporation is the 3rd faction in this game here. So there's not just the refinery here, the United Civilized States and the Eurasian Dynasty, but also Lunar Corporation. The smallest faction, and they hang out on the moon. Got the most advanced units overall. Not necessarily the best units, just like lore-wise, they're the most advanced ones. So let's just hang out a little bit here. So now we can get all kinds of exciting things here. I should actually send you back to base. So now you can also build me a supply depot. Here we go. Almost ready here. We'll see how much money is left here. Almost 30,000 credits. So and you're gonna bring this to the refinery, not the starport. That's important. Also research going. Still needs a moment, but that's fine. Yeah. I think the refinery is actually prioritized most of the time anyway. But yeah, it's good to know to make sure the money goes to that right now.
Transporter has arrived.
Very good. In this case, you can get in here already. And I can also build another weapons production center here. Is that worth it? Probably. Let's just do it here. So far, no immediate attack here. That's fine. Gonna need some anti-air here as well, but more about that in a bit. So you're being constructed here as well. Since I have decent amount of resources as well, let's get some anti-air units here. Get like 4 of you or so. That should be fine. Also have some units here. You can actually build up to your pop limit and then start the mission, and then the 2 extra armies, there will be added on top of that limit, but this is not super necessary. So you can, I guess you could just hang out here. What you can also do is add weapons to certain buildings here if you want to, like a chain gun or so. But again, I also think that's not super necessary right now. But you can use that so the buildings can defend themselves and you can work within your pop cap here. Also, day and nighttime change. It actually has some effects on like visibility and whatnot. So anything else I want right now? Yeah, before I build any Pamias, I'm going to wait for the research here to be finished. I don't think there's any upgrades for these guys here. If so, then maybe I should wait for that a little bit, but well, too late now. Got a decent amount of resources here. Well done you. So I'm going to give 8,000 credits here to you. Actually, well, can't get that many, but whatever. So I think, yeah, that's actually the only research we can get going here, so that should be good. So this guy is now going to transport resources from transport base to the spaceport. However, the resources will only be transferred when there's 10,000 in here in total.
Low on materials in main base.
Yep, that's fine. We'll get to that. This guy here should show up any moment now. And here, yeah, still all quiet on the eastern front. Okay, please just drop it. So I can just take these. You can already board this here. So now if I check out the goal, this actually sounds as resources sent already, even though I actually stole those resources, which you can do provided at one point you actually funnel the resources into the project. Also, your superiors are going to complain all the time that you don't have enough resources that contribute to the project. But you know what? Tough luck.
Production completed.
You come over here, and then I suppose we also get some more Pamias ready here. Maybe 2 of you here as well. And then we're already going to be somewhat close to our pop limit here anyway. In fact, let's get 3 in both factories here. It's going to take a second, but that's fine. We're not in a rush here. So I'm going to max out my army here, make sure I've got some good anti-ground units, anti-air units. And then I'm actually going to send you to the mission already. It's not super necessary, but I may as well do it. And in the meantime, let's steal resources for my own personal use. Well, that's not quite true. I do it for the glory of the Khan and whatnot, but in a way that I think is suitable. Okay, got a decent amount of money left here. Well, Ukraine's gonna arrive soon. Everything's just great.
Production started.
Here we go. Let's unload you. And whoops. Too far north here. Got 2 tanks here already. Good to go. Very good. And I won't even be able to build another whole batch here, but that's generally fine. You can come over here. Here we have the anti-air brigade. Unfortunately, I don't get any repair units at this stage here, which is a bit unfortunate because that means that any units that are damaged is going to hang out. I can still transfer them back to the main base later, but it does mean that if I don't keep them alive until I can fix them, I'm just going to have some fairly dead units hanging out here.
Production completed. Production start. Production
Okay,
completed.
after that I can afford half of another tank. But that's fine. And visibility is not particularly great. But that's fine. So how much is left in this mine here? Actually quite a bit of money. So I'm not going to need much here. So I may as well give another bunch of money to the transport here. I just need to make sure that it's less than 10,000. So the scientists just don't steal all my resources. I don't know why I did that. There was clearly not enough money in there to be taken. Okay, here we go. Not quite a max out, but that's fine. I should probably send you back here. That would be helpful, wouldn't it?
Production completed.
And I'm gonna stack a lot of money at my main base here because that's where I'm gonna build units. That's where I'm going to do research. So that is where we want to be. And yes, limit 1,000. Wait a second, I can actually build one more of you. Okay, all good here. Also, didn't I... Wait a second. Oh yeah, here you are. Just wondering, didn't I have another... Anything happening here? No. All good. I could actually build another weapons production center here because I guess I'm gonna need more power for that. That's okay, I can get another power plant going here as well. Let's wait for you here to be ready. And yeah. Is that not suitable? You have to... Is that too close? You have to flatten the terrain here. You do that? Okay, all of you can get in here already. I mean, I don't really need more than another center here, but yeah. You can also build tunnels and everything. We're gonna get to the tunnel building. So what's the issue with just building that here? I don't quite get that. I can build all the way over here. What's the deal with that? Why is this an impossible area? You know what, doesn't really matter. Could also just build... There's so much space here, I can build it wherever the hell I want. So let's just forget about that for the time being. Yeah, can't build anything more units here. Considering the units I have right now, let's siphon off like more money here and then wait for the transport to arrive. And I suppose, since I have to... Actually, you can wait a little bit longer. I could get more transports here, but generally 2 transports is the maximum you need, unless the refinery is really far away, because we already have a bit of waiting time here, so it's not really necessary to have yet another transport. Okay, here we go.
Transporter has arrived.
Unload here. May as well give you some money and then send you back to base. And then we're ready for an assault, I hope.
What?
Okay, over here with you. You become Alpha team here, you become a Bravo team. And then let's move out. What I'm actually going to do here, there's a non-zero chance we get attacked here in the meantime. Let's give you an anti-air gun. And the mine also an anti-air gun in case we get attacked by air units. Not super likely, but you never know.
Yes, Commander. Hey! Da! Yes, Commander.
Okay, over here with you. The terrain here can occasionally be a little bit difficult to maneuver because, in my opinion, it's not always clear where you're supposed to be, like where you can go and where you can't. It also depends on the unit you have.
Da! On the move.
Here we go.
Da! Right away. What now?
Wait for everyone here to show up.
Yes, Commander.
That would be helpful.
What? Okay, comrade.
Got a nice green
What?
blob of units here.
What? What now? Yes, Commander.
Okay. So the LC base is going to be somewhere here. It might actually be on these mountains here, but I'll have to see about that.
What?
Okay, evidently. Oh, there we go. We found the enemy. Tactical pause here. But these guys here, not particularly strong, but the LC has some advantages. For example, its units They all regenerate, so that you don't need to bother with repair units and whatnot. That also means that if you just rely on regeneration, I think it takes a while, but you can actually upgrade regeneration as well. Okay, are you actually coming from here, or do you mean to go a little bit further up here? Let's see. Can we make our way up here? We can actually. This guy here storming ahead, you are not the... Okay, careful. Come down here, we're gonna use this as a staging area. And then we're gonna attack with everyone, not just with one almost dead tank here. Down here with you. Be patient. As you can see, the Lunar Corporation base looks pretty futuristic. They have like laser fences. And they've got like automatic mines here and whatnot. These guys are still coming. The Eurasian Dynasty is plot-wise like the most primitive faction, but they do have a lot of like heavy armor and whatnot. Then it kind of was in the first game. So let's make our way through here. First things first, we're gonna attack the power source here, because that is how we make sure that none of the buildings can actually retaliate against us, because a lot of their buildings are actually going to be equipped with weapons. The structures which you have discovered have been identified as extraction mines. These bandits are stealing our mineral resources. Put a stop to this and raise the unlawful base to the ground. Oh snap. It's an illegal base. Unbelievable. Okay, so quick pause here so we can actually click on these nimble units here. Destroy you here. Oof, you are annoying. Then let's kill the other power plant here. The reason being that once their power runs out, all these bases will not be able to launch a bunch of missiles on us, which I would very much prefer not to happen. Lost the unit here, that's fine. So you can attack the buildings they're trying to drop here. Kill the mine, or you kill the combat units first. And we also killed the... Actually no, that still worked, that's not ideal. But this is all fine. Destroy that. Destroy these units here. So we're also being supplied here, as you can see. The reason being that you actually need to supply most weapons. There's some that just recharge automatically, but that's not all of them. Okay, let's see. We've got a solar power plant here. Let's destroy that, but... Okay, just kill it, please. Fortunately, a lot of our tanks are a little bit low on ammunition, but we'll sort it out soon enough. You can destroy more, like my anti-air, you can destroy more of this stuff here, and you here kill all the units that you can find here. Not a whole lot of guys left here, but that's fine. Can ship in more of you guys here. Because we've got plenty of resources where these came from. Let's kill this guy here. Come on. Now they're sitting ducks because they don't have any power left and they're not dropping more buildings. So there's a decent chance they also don't have much in the way of resources left. Actually, it's solar battery, I still want to kill that. So the way the LC powers its structures is that they have solar power plants, but of course those don't work at night. Well, I guess the moonlight doesn't give you a whole lot of power, does it? So these guys are actually all out of ammunition here. So they need the battery to keep everything powered at night. So you won't take that out as well. Okay, that's some casualties here, but it's fine. Laser fence doesn't work anymore, so that means that what they have here is now all out of energy. Got some casualties here, but that was to be expected. Could have handled that like slightly more elegantly, but it's fine. So let's focus on these buildings here. You can also see they leave ruins behind. Those can actually be destroyed if you want the space. So There we go. We're still building more tanks here.
What? Honor.
I want these bows to wrap things up a little bit faster, but also to make sure that there we go. To make sure that we have like our maximum of units later on. You can shoot down these Mercuries here. They're not super important, but I may as well do that. Also gives you some experience. Okay, supply all of these here. Where's the second supply helicopter? Was that shot down? I'm not actually entirely sure. I could just build another one, because why not? Maybe just do that, and then we can send you over there as well. You're not super powerful, also because you have like an entirely unupgraded,
Production completed.
just basic chain gun. Yeah, a lot of this stuff here needs upgrading.
Production completed.
Actually, I think I do have 2 helicopters here, but that's fine. You can build those as you wish. They don't count towards your production limit, if I remember correctly. So, do you actually want more Tigers? They're super weak. You know what, let's not get more Tigers right now. You can always scrap units. You can either just destroy them or leave them in, like in the mission area. Can't see much here, but that's fine. So how's the extraction going? Well enough also, I should actually take this money here. There we go. So let's add a bit more in the way of resources here. That's like the easiest way to transfer them. You can already get aboard here, because that way it's going to take slightly less time. And then, so you're all cool here. Destroying this research center here extremely slowly. You here actually all out of ammunition, which was that's so frustrating, but it's fine. These guys here have the most experience. They're also almost dead, so I can decide what we're going to do with those guys. Here we go.
Okay, comrade.
And then sure, one more of you.
Production started.
Questions, are you actually all needed there? Probably not. You know what, let's just forget about this. So if I don't get all of these guys over here, I also need less in the way of transport to get everyone back to base later. Because if you just leave units on the mission area, then they're not going to
Okay, comrade.
going to be available later on. Okay, actually, do you have to destroy the laser fence? Maybe. I think we might actually have to do that. Let's just do it. You have met your quota for mineral resources. In addition to this, you are also able to neutralize an enemy base. Good work, comrade. According to the Reconnaissance Administration Department, numerous enemy bases still exist in outlying areas. Run the best that's off. You can now choose your next battle zone. I sure can do that, so let's take some resources here.
Production
I
completed.
think that's it. Also, I don't think it was particularly visible, but there's actually like a radio in this base here. What that does is unlock a hidden mission. I'll get to those as well. I'll get to a lot of things. Okay, you here.
Hey, on our way.
Now you just hang out here. And what do we have here? Oh, just 2,000 resources left, so I may as well do mission. Exploit those. I guess I can take you back as well. Pretty gross. Not super important, but why not? It's going to take a moment until all of these guys here are back at our base anyway. There's a lot more map here, but from what I know, it doesn't actually have much in the way of resources. In fact, I don't think it has any resources. You here should probably also come back. Even the ones all of these guys here are supplied, which I should also do. Before finishing, we should be good here as well. Yeah, here we go. You can already get aboard here. You here as well, but because when actually, then again, let's assign you to this depot here. You can also do that in the base, so yeah, let's see. Over here with you. You guys are almost done. Take more resources here. And everybody get supplied, please. You here too, even though I think you barely need anything. Do you want to help out here also? That'd be fantastic, just saying.
What do you want? As you wish, comrade.
There we go. You can already come aboard here, and I think these guys are almost done here. Yeah. Yeah, mine has been exploited. That's what you want to hear. So was I transferring stuff here? I sure wasn't. So let's view a bunch of credits. And then let's get the rest here transported. If not, okay, I think we're actually done here with you. Cool. You get aboard here as well. Very good, very good. Let's make sure we take all of this. Okay, so you all supplied, including my almost dead tanks here, but well, I guess I could actually blow them up and then replace them, but that's not super necessary at this stage here, I think. So I think you can force the transport here. Are we? Yes. We're full here to come, even if there's, yeah, if there's not quite the right amount of resources left here. Let's just check research once more. Nope. No research to be done here. Very good, very good. Got some extra supply choppers here. Everything's just great. In the beginning, I would recommend that you hoard quite a bit in the way of resources. There's one mine here, but it only gives you 70,000 credits, so that's not gonna be sufficient in the long run. So let's unload everyone here. You actually got a decent amount of experience here. I guess you were the only one who could actually kill those air units, so you automatically got that for you. Supply choppers are all here. Got 2 of you here as well, all good, and an extra runs here because why not? And yeah, I've got 2 of you here left. I can always build more if I need more. And a decent amount of palmiers here, even though they're not particularly fancy. With the 100, that's the ones I started with, and the 110, those are the ones I got after researching the upgrade here. Okay, 2 of you left there. I'm just going to transfer you, and then let's take the rest of the money here. Everything's going to be great. Let's wait you. How long are you going to need to arrive here? Just 10 seconds now. That's great. Yeah, you can't really recycle these buildings. You can blow them up, but there's no need to do that. However, if... Oh, actually, may have overlooked like a tiny bit of resources here. It's fine, it doesn't matter. If you just leave transporters plus the transport base here, you can actually auto-harvest everything, but I don't want it to go towards the project, so there's that. Okay, here we go. Later on, this cleanup process can take quite a while. I'm gonna skip over it then, just in case you're wondering. Okay, got some guys here with a nice bit of experience. That's appreciated as well. How long are you gonna need to arrive here? Less than 10 seconds. Very good. And after that has happened, I may as well... Could get you in there, because I'm probably going to give you...
Transporter has arrived.
Nope, sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Transporter has arrived.
There we go.
Yes.
Here's a nice amount of units. Okay, so back to the mission and let's wrap this up. And here we go. I collect a lot of money, way more than the LC. They collect everything there was, however. There was nothing under their refinery, I think. Maybe I should have checked. Doesn't really matter too much. They researched a whole lot more than I did, but didn't have much. It was actually available. Here, units. Didn't build that many. Destroyed a whole lot more than they did. Destroyed buildings here. Didn't actually lose any. Look at that. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.